Tonight at 10, 75 years ago today, Allied forces stormed the beaches of Normandy in Nazi-occupied France during World War II. We'll show you how people are commemorating D-Day. Plus, the Price County Sheriff's Office is leading a criminal investigation into an Ogama farm. And some soccer team seasons came to an end tonight. We'll have highlights from area games. Your local news starts now.
Your local news, weather, and sports from where you live. News Watch 12 at 10 starts now.
Thanks for joining us. Only a fraction of the 16 million Americans who served in World War II are still alive. And today, many participated in events honoring the 75th anniversary of D-Day, both at home and abroad. Karen Kafa is in Bedford, Virginia with the story.
In Bedford, Virginia, I'm Karen Kafa.
An important day in history and certainly a beautiful day outside today. Jeff, a little bit hot, but otherwise the rest of the week is looking pretty good.
Yeah, our average high temperature is 72. Today is coming up. Rose?
19-year-old Tyler Metz pled not guilty today to killing a man with his car while under the influence. In January, Metz crossed the center line while driving in Boulder Junction and hit and killed 59-year-old Timothy Boss. Blood tests showed Metz had amphetamines and THC in his system at the time. He chose not to hear evidence against him today in Vilas County Court. Metz is out on a $5,000 cash bond on the conditions that he does not drive, must remain sober, and must always be with a parent or grandparent. He's due back in court July 30th. 2 days ago, trucks and heavy equipment owned by Price County rolled onto a farm near Ogama. They were there to bury several dead cows and sheep found at that farm. The farm is now part of a criminal investigation. Newswatch 12's Ben Meyer went there today.
In Ogama, Ben Meyer, Newswatch 12.
Trimner said no arrests have been made in the livestock death case at this point. When Ben tried to ask questions on the farm about what happened this week, he was told to leave the property. Republicans and Democrats can agree on at least one thing. They need to unite to save the Blackwell Job Corps in Forest County. Today, Senator Tammy Baldwin helped introduce a bill that would stop the federal government from spending money to close Blackwell and 8 other conservation centers across the country. The government sent word late last month it plans to shut down the CCCs as part of a transition from USDA control to Department of Labor. Baldwin also joined senators and representatives on a letter to the Agriculture and Labor secretaries asking them to reconsider the move. Congressman Sean Duffy sent a letter asking the same thing. Blackwell employs more than 50 full-time workers at its career training center near Leona. It's been open since 1964. The legislature's Finance Committee will vote on the transportation portion of Governor Evers' state budget. Evers wants to increase transportation funding by over $600 million over 2 years. His plan includes raising the gas tax by 8 cents and increasing registration fees for heavy vehicles by 27%. The committee plans to scrap the gas tax idea and are considering raising the $75 vehicle registration fee by $10 as well as an infusion of cash, additional borrowing, title fee increases, and higher hybrid vehicle fees. Homicides in the city of Milwaukee are down 32% compared to this time in 2018, according to a new report by the police chief. This summer, officers will focus on beach and bike control to keep those numbers down. Adriana Mendez has the report.
Chief Morales.
You will see our visibility in these neighborhoods.
Milwaukee is following a national trend. Crime rates in major cities are down. The former Florida deputy charged after allegedly failing to confront the gunman in the Parkland school shooting has been released from jail. A judge set Scott Peterson's bond at $39,500. That's down from the initial amount of $102,000. The 56-year-old is charged with child neglect, culpable negligence, and perjury stemming from the 2018 shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School, which killed 17 people. During his hearing, his attorney said Peterson should not face neglect and negligence charges because he was not legally a caregiver of the students. If convicted, he could face up to 96 years in prison. An accident cut short the life of one West Point cadet during training today. Early this morning, a military vehicle rolled over and killed the cadet, plus injured 21 others. 2 soldiers were driving a troop vehicle with 20 cadets inside to the Camp Natural Training bridge site.
The cadets were involved in a standard training exercise that occurs as a part of their military training program here at West Point.
The cadets are part of the West Point Rising Senior Class of 2020 and were on a hilly dirt road. The incident involved a light-medium tactical vehicle, which is usually used to provide help during natural disasters like floods or wildfires. The cause of the crash is being investigated. Flooding throughout the central United States turned deadly in Louisiana. Baton Rouge Fire Chief Ed Smith said a victim had been pulled from a car in a flooded area. Police also were investigating reports of possible tornado damage in that Baton Rouge area. Some help will be coming for communities hit by disasters. President Donald Trump signed a $19 billion disaster aid bill. That's meant to help communities across the country bounce back from recent hurricanes, floods, tornadoes, and fires. President Trump recently announced a 5% tariff on all products from Mexico in response to the ongoing migrant crisis at the border. It's an issue that could have a large impact on local trade, the economy, and the price of goods. Craig Boswell has more from Washington.
Greg Boswell, NBC News, Washington.
The president will be meeting with his Chinese counterpart at the G20 meeting later this month. Paul McCartney will be coming to Wisconsin this weekend, and Green Bay is renaming one of its roads in his honor. Details coming up after Jeff's full forecast.